Hey! Welcome to another episode of Backwoods Brothers. My name is Joel with my man
Tony.
And we got a great episode for you today. Today we are talking about the debates between the gubernatorial candidates.
And some local news.
And a bunch of other stuff, yeah.
And that's the local news, right? But there's plenty of things going on in the world.
Oh, yeah, there's lots of stuff going on.
Stuff, right?
But we're trying to bring a little bit more down home.
Got you. Down home.
Can I kind of get a little closer to home, talk about what's going on in Oregon?
Because we're Backwoods Brothers.
Yeah, we're Backwoods Brothers.
So we're talking about the Backwoods stuff.
We're talking about the Backwoods.
Gotcha. Hey, like, share, and subscribe. We're glad that you're with us. You're the most important part of us, are our viewers. So remember that, okay? All right.
Well, we wouldn't be here without them.
Yes, but there's also a special part of the show today. You want to reveal, like, how short we're going today for good reason?
We're going short. We're actually going to be done at 7:45 today. And we'll be done going forward at 7:45 because at 8 o'clock we have another show starting at 8 o'clock.
Yes.
So we stop early and then we jump into another show.
So that means that you got to be prepared. So start joining the channel at 5 minutes before 7, and we're promised we're going to start somewhere around 7.
Exactly. And I'm noticing our comments aren't popping up right now.
I know. Are you there?
I'm sure they're there somewhere.
Guys, start commenting. That's so awesome. All right.
Well, yeah, and so the gubernatorial candidates, they had a debate just a few days ago, okay? And it was basically you had one elephant versus two donkeys. So you had you had Tina Kotek.
Yep.
And then you had Betsy Johnson.
I'm glad you said those first because Christine Dreisen is at the top of her game right now.
She owns that state.
She owns it. She is. I was looking at this.
It even got down to a petty point where you had Betsy Johnson whining at Tina Kotek for a post she made.
Yes.
I'm like, come on now. Betsy Johnson, I know people like her and all, but when I look at her and the way her attitude is, it reminds me of something kind of like an angry ogre. It reminds me of like Shrek in the female form. Get out of my swamp! No, I mean she's constantly, everything she says is like, it's a negative response. Instead of saying, hey, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z to fix problems, it's, hey, we can't handle this anymore. This is the problem, and they failed to do this and they failed to do this, but she never really said, well, we're going to take X, Y, and Z steps to make that better.
It was really good for her to look at the problem, so therefore she doesn't have to come up with solutions.
Exactly.
There you go.
If she sounds angry and she sounds like she's pissed off enough, she's going to get a reasoned opinion on there. But honestly, if people really know about who she was, she's been a registered Democrat her entire life. She only recently switched to independent. So that means she has those Democratic political views. And I guarantee she's going to, the minute she gets in, she's going to push those. And that is saying she may not be far left, but she is definitely of the left variety, and she's going to be pushing for bigger government, more taxes, things like that.
Right.
She may not go as far as our psycho current governor now, but she's definitely not going to be going for less government, less taxes, and more power to the people type of approach, because she doesn't have a historical reference to fall back onto. She doesn't have a historical pattern that she's established.
I like Christine Dreisen because she's a class act. What she did was she drew attention to the other two that were sitting on one side of her. And she said, basically to that effect, it's easy to complain about the problem, but you've had time to deal with the solutions or come up with solutions, and you haven't yet. It's time for a change. Exactly. That was a little clip that showed her saying that on her own Facebook page. You want to check it out. I thought it was really good.
Oh, yeah, it's great. She says, you guys have been in government for how long and you still haven't fixed the problems? You guys have had a majority for 40 years and still have, in fact, things have gotten worse. So,
well, I don't know how much worse it can get, but maybe some of our viewers can tell us how much worse it can get. I go downtown Portland, and I cannot go down without feeling, actually, I'll be honest with you, I'm depressed.
Well, you got homeless everywhere.
Homeless everywhere.
You've got businesses that are boarded up or shut down.
Yes.
I mean, what do you expect? We've had some of our biggest businesses move out of the state.
Yes.
I mean, literally, Oregon is on the path of dying as a state, and they're trying to declare victory. They charged a...
Was victory for the progressive.
Well, for the progressive, but at the same time, the progressive victory is not a victory at all. It's defeat. Because, for example, when you have your DA charging literally an innocent man, and there's no evidence to say he did anything wrong. The evidence doesn't provide that at all.
And
the point where your DA gets shunned by the judge.
Yeah.
But when you have a DA charging innocent people, and letting all the criminals go, over 1,000 criminals that they had evidence on, go, that's a problem.
You're talking about the gentleman from Patriot Prayer?
Exactly.
Whom the judge basically said, "Why are you in front of me?" It looks like he wasn't he wasn't the rioter. He was actually not even antagonistic, kind of reactionary. So yeah, you see something there, don't you?
Yeah. Someone says, "Hello, guys, want some Pepsi?" Yep, we're on a Pepsi kick right now.
I'm glad you see Pepsi. We're doing a commercial. No, we're not.
Yes. Yeah, okay. Pepsi is piss to piss.
It is the...
So refreshing.
But look, it is the red choice. If you're going red, it's the red choice. Drink Pepsi. Well, we won't talk about that.
Brandy's telling me I need to get closer to the mic or probably speak up.
Good. See, notice I'm standing far from the mic, you guys, because I've learned that I'm a loud voice.
Yeah, I'll move it up better.
Yeah. Speaking of a loud voice, did you see anything in Christine Dreisen? Because we've had her on the show before.
Yes.
And I felt like she did really good. There is one thing. Did she talk about the Second Amendment at all and really state her position on that?
I didn't see it much on there. Now, I'll admit I didn't get the entire. I got about maybe 80% of it.
I tried to look for it too.
Of the debate. I got most of it. And so, there I am. I'm more. Someone turn me up.
Welcome.
Yes. My voice has grown bigger.
Yeah. You are bigger.
Well,
I'm saying bigger in terms of big man. Like, no, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about this is a guy that's a patriot. So,
yes, of course.
Tough.
And so
you just built different.
I'm definitely built different.
My daughter taught me that. 12-year-old daughter said, "You're just built different." I'm like, what is that supposed to mean? Anyways.
Holly says, "I don't want to live here anymore due to all the crap happening. People get away with everything. Absolutely. Law-abiding citizens get harassed, harmed, and rights getting taken away, while criminals get to run around getting away with everything."
And there's a lot of people. Well, there's a lot of people that feel that same way. It feels like, why even try to be on the right side of the law?
Exactly.
Because it seems like people who are not on the right side of the law get a free pass.
Exactly. Hey guys, don't forget to make sure you comment when you comment. We read it off the screen there for you, so you guys get to engage in the show.
But I will say this as the caveat to what I just said: always be on the right side of the law, regardless.
Exactly. Well, I mean, when you do something wrong and you break the law and stuff, it's really only short-lived. I mean, you get a short-lived response. You get to get those quick benefits, but there's always a price to pay in the end. And it may not catch up with you today, but it'll definitely be there tomorrow at some point.
Yeah.
In some way or the other.
Yeah. Is your money on Christine Dreisen?
My money's on Christine Dreisen. Win or lose, my money's on Christine Dreisen.
And Christine, if you're watching again, while you're walking towards the Governor Mansion, you might want to walk back to Backwoods Brothers and come back and share with us.
What do you think we're back? We're on the way to the government.
Actually, that's true. But she's on the way. But I was thinking she would walk back to come back here, home, where it all started. Right here on Backwoods Brothers.
Exactly. Yes. Come on out, Christine. Get back on the show. Maybe I'll give you a call and get you set up for another one before you get to finish your campaign.
Before you come really big.
She is really big. She's all over the place.
Awesome.
Yeah. I saw her picture all the way down by the coast and everything. She's got pictures everywhere.
She has pictures everywhere.
Oh, yeah, totally.
All right now, Christine.
So,
go girl.
Safat says, listen to Kotex and Johnson was hypocritical. Yeah, they're very hypocritical.
Uh-huh.
When Tina Kotex was asked specific questions, she avoided actually answering the question. Was she giving an actual solution? All she did is talk about things she she dissed on Christine. She would say things about what they tried to do, and she would talk about climate change.
Of course, that's a talking point. When Christine is talking about education. So
exactly.
There you go.
Well, Christine was talking
that's her thing.
Well, Christine was talking about education, but she was also giving actual solutions and things she plans to do.
Yeah.
It's something you got to listen to and go in and hear the difference in the type of candidates. You have someone that has experience, intelligence, and plan versus someone who's just trying to basically slide into a slot, like most of the left-leaning candidates do. They just want to slide into the slot and figure it out along the way.
Well,
they just want to slid into something.
Right? Slid on her face.
That's disturbing.
Hey guys, I was going to say, don't we take debate classes back in high school where we don't have to defer or deflect or not answer the question or attack your opponent?
I didn't have to take a debate in class because I argued my way out of it.
He's smart as a whip. He can't argue his way out of it. But he's honest while doing it. So
he keeps accusing me of that.
I call him Honest Abe. He cannot tell a lie. Okay.
I don't lie. I mean, okay. Yes, all people lie at some point.
You lie. But they're small lies.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm not going to say they're small
like, for example,
lies.
my wife says, do these pants make my butt look big? Yeah. I've been married long enough, you don't say yes.
No, you don't. You say, honey, what you say is, it's not your butt,
you look
honey.
Beautiful. Honey, what's the name pretty? No. She's actually near the line here, and she's probably going to, kick my butt. No, I have a very beautiful wife. I am very, very lucky. If I didn't have my wife in my life, I would not be doing the things that I've been doing.
We talked about that last night, but before we talk about that, don't you got a commercial coming up?
Yeah, we do got a commercial coming up. We got this really great place in town that actually puts together all of our signs. Actually made this right here for us. It is Whitney Signs. Top-notch work. Take a look at this. Hey, guys are back. So it says, Brandy says, hey, so they do make my butt look.
Oh,
no, they do not make your butt look.
Word. But you know what the big news is right now?
What's that?
And thank goodness.
Well, was it discussed also in the debates, wasn't it?
Discussed over the debates?
Yeah, I think this came up in the debates. Go ahead.
Well, it did, but no. It did come up in the debates. You're right.
Yes, it did.
It was the tolls.
Yes, the tolls. The push for the state and to put tolls in our roads, on our bridges, and everything. And that hasn't been decided yet. It hasn't gone to the vote of the people. It hasn't actually gone to where it's been fully discussed. I mean, they're just still discussing it in the C3 committee, which is where you get like mayors and other people from each city coming together to discuss and try to argue against or for things like tolls. Mm-hmm. And the consensus has been, we don't want tolls. That's what the consensus has been. And like to the point where they don't even want to put it out to the vote of the people because they don't need it. They don't want it. It's something no one's agreeing with. However, the state is dead set on putting tolls in there.
2024.
To the point where they said, screw what the people want, screw putting it to a vote. The word has it that if you've driven over in Oregon City recently, there's a bunch of construction going on right there by 205 on both sides. Word has it that that's actually the ground and footing for the toll booths. Like it's not a booth; it's a toll thing. It goes over top, and it detects.
Just clocks you.
Yeah, exactly. And it pulls it up. I think
I-5 has that, or I-90 has it.
Yeah, and they have it. They have it in Florida too. You just drive through and it just clocks your tire or something. But here's the thing: is it hasn't even gone to the vote of the people, but they're putting the work in because no matter what you say, this is what the left does. They say, we're your overlords and we're your bosses. We're going to tell you what you're going to do no matter what you vote. It's taxation without representation. Yeah. People do not want the tolls, but they're making it happen anyways despite. Hollywood says, no tolls. We already pay taxes, etc. to cover that. Jay American.
Holly, you're spot on.
Says, Facebook doesn't work for me right now, so hi.
It's a hi. But no, what Holly just said, we already pay for that.
Exactly. We pay lots of taxes between when you pay your tax on your home, when you first buy your home, or when you first build a home, when you pay for your gas tax, all those different types of things you pay because when you buy when you buy gas, there's taxes in the gas fee. That goes
I won't
to
stop
the
you.
rolls.
You're on the roll. Keep going.
Yeah. So all these different things. There's other like when
or you can borrow Joel's gas. He always has gas.
If you borrow my gas, I have a little friend that wants to say hi to you.
No, actually, you're not getting it. He didn't even hear what I said. I said Joel always has gas to spare. Get it?
Yeah, I know what he's saying, but I was rolling out of that.
Oh, rolling out of that. Okay.
I'm a professional.
You are a professional.
So the
tolls.
Yeah, you also pay for your tax, your road taxes through your driver's license, through your vehicle registration. All these different things are paying the same tax, and now they want to tax you more.
But they had some good reasons for why they wanted to have.
Oh, really? Because why is that? Because I haven't heard one yet. So.
Oh, you haven't heard it?
Yeah.
Well, it's gas emissions, so they're trying to go ahead and be environmentally friendly by deterring people from.
It doesn't work. They've already shown it doesn't work.
See how I'm trying to make sense of that? I'm even tripping on my own tongue trying to make sense of it.
Because it doesn't work. I mean, historically, taxing people more money or charging people more money doesn't work.
Well, people were carpooling.
What that, it may force people into carpooling and things, yes. But what that does is that causes people to still go to the exact same places. And on top of that, it makes it harder for families that actually have to get to places, either causes them to start working or whatever else. You may have less cars in the road, but then you're damaging the people that depend on it the most.
Actually, there'll be more cars gridlocking side streets.
Well, that's also
to
true.
Avoid.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one of the
concerns. Here's the thing is, they know what they did here. When they tax that 205 bridge, the only other bridge you get around is the one in Oregon City to go through the side streets to get across that one.
Yep.
Assuming they don't tax that one. Mm-hmm. But that's one. And then the next bridge to get across the river is all the way down by Portland.
So they're banking on people paying the tolls.
Because they're going to need to.
But they did that with the I-90 bridge. If you've been to Seattle, there's an I-90 floating and then there's a I-5 floating. And they told the I-5 floating, I believe, or 520, that's what it is, 520. And a lot of people went down 405.
They probably sink that in some pillars.
Yeah. No, seriously, there's a 520 going from Kirkland, Washington to Seattle. Okay. And then the I-90 came from Issaquah to Seattle. I went to school up there, so I know this. But when they told the 520 bridge, a lot of people went down I-5 and took the I-90 bridge. Lots of gridlock. They will avoid that if they can.
Yeah, if they can. And when they can't, they will either not be going to work as much, or they'll be changing jobs. And basically, because they can't afford to take those tolls, it's going to cause, actually, they may have to leave earlier. The gridlock's going to cause more cars to sit, which is more emissions. The thing is, people are still going to drive, they still got to get to work, or they have to change their jobs and work somewhere else. Or, hey, maybe more people work from home.
Or if the whole state becomes homeless because they can't pay their bills,
idea,
then we can all invest in tents. Be one big camping Oregon area. That's like sad but true.
Yes. Well, people, I can see the point they're trying to make with the taxing. Yeah. Oh, it's going to reduce it and everything else.
Right.
But the historically it doesn't work. It either, like I said, they take side streets, or it may stop and reduce the driving, but the trickle-down damage that it does to families that are trying to just get to work, it reduces their income. People that have to, no matter what, go across there. Yeah. The employers aren't going to increase the pay to their employees.
But your main upset about this, Joel, is they're not putting it out to the people.
Oh, exactly.
And that's always been about you and politics.
Exactly. It's about the people. The people said, no, we don't want it.
Yeah.
We don't want it. It hasn't gone to the vote. And if it came to the vote, the people would say no.
Yeah.
I mean, that's as simple as it is. They're trying to avoid the responsibility of putting it to the vote of the people and making sure that they get that input back. And then getting it voted down. They know they're going to get it voted down, so they're just going through with it anyways.
What did our smarties say about that?
Let's see. Someone says it was a debate between Democrat and a socialist and a Republican. Yes, it was. Mm-hmm. Actually, it's two donkeys and a elephant.
Well, I can say...
And sorry, the socialist would be Tina Kotek. The Democrat would be... That's Betsy Johnson, and then your Republican would have been.
Well, Christina, whoop whoop, that was really good.
Yep.
So yeah, the tolls. I read about it a little bit last night, but that was the main reason is environmentally friendly, of course.
But the thing is, tolls are not. I don't care what their green deal or the green plan is, or whatever else. You have to put for taxes. It's about taxation with representation.
Oh, and better roads, by the way.
Yeah, they have the money for the roads. Don't give me that crap.
Right.
If they stop blowing the money on stupid stuff like replacing perfectly good crosswalks and things, with having to make new ones for the entire state, and make them worse. By the way, I was looking at that, and you as a visually impaired guy, which you guys didn't know he's visually impaired. You know.
I didn't know if you knew that. Joel has 2 eyes. Tony has 1.
Backwards.
Okay.
Yeah, backwards.
You'll hear that later. It's something about something that we're going to bring up later.
Anyways, so the
Jesse Lee. Okay.
So the crosswalks in the center of the intersection are not facing across the street, pointing you towards the other side. They face into the center of the intersection.
Which you're actually jumping into another local issue that's coming up.
Well, it's not just local. That's statewide.
But that's statewide, isn't it?
Yeah, I've talked to representatives from other cities.
Yeah.
And they're doing the same thing all across the state.
So finish your thought there.
But I'm just saying it's they have the money to fix the roads. Tolling is not to fix the roads. Tolling is to basically steal more money out of your pocket. And so, like I said, they can try to reduce the cars. But that's beside the point. The point is it needs to go to a vote of the people. And the people need to vote it down, or voted up, whatever. It needs to be their choice. And they're just making the choice for them, saying this is what you're going to do, rather than doing what they should and putting a new tax to the vote of the people. And they're not doing it because they know the people are going to say no.
Yeah. And the reason why you have access to this, good job. The reason why you have access to this is because being involved in city government, this is a special interest for you as well.
Well, it
should be for all of us, for that matter.
Even if I wasn't in the city at all, even if I wasn't in the city government, I would still care.
And by the way, speaking of that, let your voice be heard if you do.
Yeah, definitely. Let us know. Just let us know. Hey, guys, make sure you please comment, like, share, subscribe. People are going to be really pissed about being late for work because of the stupid toll. Well, the toll, you probably have to stop for it. It's going to be you drive through, so it won't slow down traffic.
No.
It's just going to cost you extra money. So you're already paying $5 or $6 a gallon for gas. I think it's 5 something right now. At least for diesel, it is for me. So you're paying $5 a gallon for gas. And then on top of that, you have to pay to go to and from work on your tolls. It's going to cost you an extra, I think it's like a buck a trip. So,
do you think works are going to your work is going to consume part of those tolls?
No, there's no job that's going to go. If you're working on a standard, minimum wage, maybe into moderate wage.
I'm not talking about McDonald's or
no, they're not. McDonald's, those guys, they're not going to offer that.
No.
If you work for a more further in your career type of job where they're paying you more, they might offer those type of benefits. Like the company I work for now, they offer those benefits if you're going to the local office. I work from home, so I don't need it.
Right.
And that's their office is down in another state. But the thing is that most companies are either A, they can't afford to do it right now, B, they don't see a need to do it, or D or C, whatever the next one is, they don't want to. And they don't have to.
Do you think it's a backlash? I'm just hypothesizing. Do you think it's a backlash of COVID? Less people drove to work? Is there a shortage of money?
No, they were talking about this long before COVID.
Gotcha.
This is something that's been talked about for a long time.
I'm just trying to grab for straws here.
Nope, they're just trying to steal money out of your pocket.
Yeah, as simple as that.
They're trying to show that they don't care what the people want. That's what they're showing. They don't care what the people want.
Right.
What the people want.
Awkward. Yeah.
Anyway, so you mentioned local stuff.
Well, speaking of local, so before I do that, there's a local business that might need a little bit of recognition. I want you guys, because of the shortness of our show, to just watch this.
Hey! Times a tongue fight.
Sometimes in between here, we just get some air. Our
producer was actually opening a door, trying to swoop air.
And some air.
Well, we actually got the air thing for the inside of the studio in today.
Really?
Yeah.
So we're doing some upgrades in the studio, and this is local.
Yep. We just have to install it now. So
yes. So hey, all you guys, what are you doing to keep cool in this heat wave? Speaking of that, I'm just kind of interested in that. But while we're doing that, one of the things that are happening locally is there are a lot of committees opening up.
A lot of committees. It's all the positions on committees.
I should say a lot of positions on committees that are already existing.
The Downtown Esticated Commission, that's a local one here, they are actually recruiting. I think they have one spot open right now. Mm-hmm. And they've had it open for a while and haven't had anybody to apply for that. The Downtown Esticated Commission, they're basically focused on a lot of the downtown events like the Uncorked. They also have the Summer Celebration, those type of events. The Harvest Festival, those are all part of the Downtown Esticated Commission's events. So they'd like to participate in planning those.
Actually, I'm glad you're doing this because one of the things that, Joel, we're looking at is talking to our local people here about local happenings.
Exactly.
As far as local Oregon and local King County, I'm thinking about Washington, Clackamas County, and everything like that. So these are local offices. Positions that are opening in Estacada. If you are new to our area, which we're growing, Campanella Estates, you're going to want to listen to this.
Yes. We also have the Traffic and Public Safety Committee open, is what the city's showing. There's supposed to be a total of 7 people on there. Mm-hmm. It's a new committee, so no one's actually been appointed to it yet.
A new committee?
So it's a new committee, Traffic and Public Safety. They focus on, traffic and public safety. They're taking
It'd be a part of law enforcement?
Nope. I think it says that you can have 5 in-city members, like if you have to live in city limits, 5 of those. And 2 are going to be for if you own a business in town or live in town.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so if you live out of town but you own a business, you can still apply.
Yeah.
So, says lots of fans sleep more during the day and work at night. Sorry, everybody, it's just too hot and sticky to do anything productive during the day. That's not true. I'm very productive during the day, Jay.
Jay.
Yes.
All right.
Jay American.
All right.
Holly Roach also says Hitchin does the best freaking pizza and onion rings.
By the way, I didn't get a chance to finish that promo, but Valerie is the best. She's one of our sponsors. Just glad to have you a part of our family.
Exactly. There's another one on here that says it for the tolls. It says, look at the toll they did for Narrows Bridge. Keep getting higher and higher. Tolls are a joke. Yes, and the thing is, sometimes they'll say, oh, this is going to be a temporary toll like the Hood River Bridge.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be a temporary toll, but it never left.
Right.
It was only supposed to just pay for the bridge.
Uh-huh.
The construction of it, but they made it so it's an ongoing toll. So,
it's supposed to be temporary.
It's supposed to be temporary.
Gotcha.
That was like, like 4 decades ago or something.
It's not temporary unless you have an ending date.
A sunset date on it, but then they can extend the sunset date.
Well, that's true too.
So yeah, the no toll or tax. If any politician ever says this is a temporary toll, this is a temporary tax, this is a temporary charge to you, fee, whatever. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Pardon my French. That's absolute crap because there's more fees and taxes and anything else that are out there that have been temporary that have never been taken away. It's very rare one actually goes away. Especially because usually the politician that's made the promise to try to say this is going to be temporary, there's a good chance that he may not even be in office when that thing is meant to sunset. And then other people can choose to extend it.
Well, temporary is kind of subjective, it looks like, too.
Well, yeah, they just extend the date on it. You can extend the sunset clause or whatever. If you get a vote of the council or vote of the people, vote of the whatever.
And the way you know this, I mean, just by doing your research, but also by getting involved. And that's what we were talking about, is getting involved in our local.
Exactly. So traffic and public safety, you need a bunch of people on there. I think the council is going to be appointing a new counselor next council meeting, which is on the 8th. So we'll have a new council member here.
All right.
And then there'll be, I'm trying to think. I think it'll be September when the next appointments for the committees are done. I want to say there's another one open. I think they may have filled the DEIC, and I think there's another position open. So if you want to know, go to the City Investigator website, call down to City Hall and talk to them. They'll tell you what's open and how to apply for it.
Bro, I did something. I am not, and I don't know how computer literate all of our viewers are, but I feel like I'm just a boomer when it comes, not basically labeling all boomers, but I feel like a boomer because I just know a computer, but I was clicking through, right? I was clicking through, and I'm like, it's so easy to apply for something online. Whoa, it's a big discovery.
By the way,
sorry guys.
Were you on a tablet?
No, I was on a laptop.
So you actually had a clicking mouse.
I actually had a clicking mouse.
Okay.
So I'm glad I had to think about what a tablet was versus a laptop. There you go. That's how bad I am. But no, so it's easy to get on the website. It's easy to navigate the website. You can actually fill out your application on the website and ship it back. And ship it, I believe, for the safety committee, ship it to Sadie, Maine. Okay? So it's Maine at cityofestacada.org.
Yep, and like I said, you can find that information on the website too.
Yeah,
so
get involved.
It says we need to find a local tax and either remove it completely or at least lower it substantially. If you find one, bring it up with the city council and see what they say.
All right, city council meetings every other week, Monday.
I think it's really important that all citizens, actually, whether at Cicada or anywhere, doesn't matter if you're in a different state or whatever. Go take a time, look at the taxes that your city charges, look at the rules and the regulations, the laws. Take a minute, read through them, and find something there that you might have a question to, or that you might try to get repealed, and see if you can take it to your city council and say, hey, we have this fee, tax, law, something on there. It doesn't make much sense. There's the reasons why. Can we get this repealed? Can we get this removed? Can we get this lowered? And see what they say. I mean, it never hurts to ask that city council to try to reduce it. I mean, then you help yourself and your fellow citizens.
Right.
I think if everybody in the
Keep talking.
if everybody in the country did that. I was watching the time.
No, I was just watching. I was watching because I was anticipating my next subject. I can't wait.
Okay. He's waiting for you. Still got 5 more. He's been holding on to this one. We're going to do the very end.
Yes.
He's very excited about it. It's just funny.
I studied.
He studied. At least one of us did. No, I study. But at the same time, when you get all that extra time to study, I actually get to program the show, build out the thumbnails, build out images and videos.
Hey guys, what you do see laid out before you is a 90%, 90 to 95%. My brother and his awesome wife, my sister. So there's a lot.
Yes, we do a lot of it, but we also have a really great team like yourself and our newest official team member, Jim Moriarty. Yes,
the team's getting bigger.
At 8 o'clock. You'll see him.
Yes. Yep. Well, he was on last week too.
Yes, but you'll see the new show at 8 o'clock.
Actually, isn't it?
It's a veteran show.
It's like his show, isn't it?
Well, it's not his show. It's everybody's show. It's everybody's on there, including the guest show.
There you go.
But yes, so we don't want to give too much away.
Okay.
It's called Ranger Games.
Join in any Ranger Games.
Yes.
Okay.
So we got some good stuff coming up. So the show for next will be good, and then we got some better stuff that'll be coming as more things get developed. In fact, we even did some things for our own show recently.
Ooh.
And for Brandy's show.
I can't wait.
We had the logo redone.
Yes.
Still the same logo, but better.
Okay. But did you make a logo of... I have to throw this in. I know it's another subject, but we'll get to it. Just a short one, okay? Did you throw in a logo with Pelosi in Taiwan?
I didn't throw a logo with Pelosi in Taiwan.
I came across a meme. I'm not going to repeat the meme of Nancy Pelosi in Taiwan. I'm not going to repeat it. You'll see it on our Backwoods Brothers thing tonight.
Well, yes. I'm just lucky that we don't have World War III now.
Well, I'm lucky at that, too. That was kind of ballsy. To be honest with you, because the Chinese, what's his name?
I definitely wouldn't call it ballsy.
Well, the Chinese prime minister or president who is actually going for another term and most likely will get in. I don't know if it's terms over there, but he's going to be his third time in office. He issued a threat, fire for fire, if she were to land in Taiwan. Well, she called the bluff and she landed there. Yeah. So they were doing flyovers. During that time, I don't think they actually came into Taiwanese airspace, but there was definitely a presence.
I thought she landed.
She landed.
Yeah.
She landed. They were threatening to shoot the plane down and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't think China's going to actually shoot down. We may have a complete sissy for a president, but our military is still a badass.
Yes. They didn't want to touch that. Well, as a matter of fact, she's been over there before. So I was wondering why they show her force now. This is not her first time in Taiwan.
There's an election coming up around the corner. Do you really need to ask the question of why? They're trying to protect their seats and get people to vote the wrong way. Vote Democrat. I don't want to say which way to vote. That's not my place to do that. To vote Democrat. Obviously, if you want more of the same stuff you've been getting, then vote the same way. If you don't want it, then change your votes. That's it. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
But we know, it's quiet right now, and I'm hoping not to anticipate a backlash from this, but there you go. I'm hoping not to anticipate a backlash, but who knows? Yeah.
Do you know how long it's been that Oregon's been under Democratic rule?
40
years.
Yeah, 40 years.
This can be the year that we actually get a Republican governor.
Look.
And majority of the Republicans in the House and Senate for Oregon. We can show them what Oregon looks like under a Republican leadership.
Look, 40 years.
Criminals go to jail.
But I got to tell you, all of us mature at 40 years old. So I'm hoping that our state matures at 40.
The state is not 40 years old. The state is much older.
I know. I'm just using the analogy that 40 years in age, we tend to come into our careers. We tend to learn from our mistakes, hopefully. So hopefully the state has learned from their mistakes. And now we can have someone in.
What's your excuse?
You know what?
I'm pissed off. Piss you off?
That's what I was just saying, right there. I've been pissed off with you. I totally.
Yes, I know. But when you're pissed off about this type of stuff, some things you can do is you can always express it. Like I'm pissed off about all of the different things going on in our state, in our country, and everything else. And I don't know about you, but I'm a patriot.
Yeah.
You're a patriot.
Yeah.
What better way than to show you're a pissed off patriot than a pissed off patriot gear? Take a look at this.
All right. All right. Once again, the View steps in poo.
Really?
Do you like that? Been waiting for that.
Where's that sound? He goes, nah, nah, nah.
The View steps in poo. This is not the first time they stepped in poo. I think that The View is just, they pay more money out for their mistakes to people than our show.
Well, we don't pay out any money for anyone's mistakes to be
No, because we don't make mistakes here. Go ahead.
Yes, we're perfect.
We don't just have to throw diarrhea of the mouth and just kind of throw stuff out there. Like what's been happening on The View.
$22 million.
22, brother!
And that's just the first one, by the way. He's got a whole pile of lawsuits that they're going to be settling with, and that kid is set for life.
Look, bro, started with the View. And he's moving himself up from
Oh, yeah. All the way up to the president, by the way. Or,
yes.
Sorry, the presidential office. He's suing Joe Biden.
But why did he sue them? What did they say? I didn't actually, in the articles I read, it didn't say why they're paying him. I mean, I know they trashed him, like, big time.
Because they basically called him a racist. They trashed it. They basically lied about him on air. Knowledgibly lied about him.
They said he was a murderer.
Said he was a murderer, things like that. But the thing is, they did it knowledgeably. They didn't go get bad information and put it out there. They intentionally and that's what I'm looking for.
Before the jury found him.
I'm saying they not only intentionally, they did it in such a way it prejudice.
It was prejudice.
With prejudice,
yes.
They basically went after him.
Yeah.
So therefore, they knew they would lose in court, and I think he sued him for a lot more than 22. Mm-hmm. That was the settlement.
They're like, please, just take the 22 and run.
We know we were wrong. We're jacked up. It's about time that those places finally start having to pay for their crap that they do.
But it's just not limited to Kyle. Did you know that DeSanchez was actually, he talked about it on Fox News this morning, DeSanchez was invited to The View and turned them down because by the time they lambasted him, who wants to go?
Exactly.
Their minds are already made up.
Holly said it best. The View, that's a joke. The show's a joke.
Yes.
And it is. It's an absolute joke. But Crazy Enough is one of your favorite shows.
I like to do that because it comes out. There's some great talking points out of that, though, bro. Like, it's supposed to be The View, right? So there should be different views, and they have one Republican. They have one, get this, that sits on the end where Meghan McCain sat for a long time, because I've studied this, you know. So, but they have the lawyer.
He's trying to justify this.
They have Joy, and they have, what's her name? I forgot. Sarah. And they have Whoopi. No, Sarah, listen to this. The show's going to shut me down, see? But in my view...
Where's that censorship button?
No, but look, in my view, they're not... Luckily, I can talk to all this jargon. In my view, they're not living up to their name because any other person who has an opposing view is short-lived on that show. And they get shut down.
Either way, I mean, that's on a lot of those shows. But you may go there to get your content, but I can get my content from Ben Shapiro, Fox News.
You gotta look at what the left are saying.
No, wait. The Hollis Twins. Okay. I can get it from the Candace Owens.
Okay.
I mean, first off, I had 7.
No, but look, okay, 7 of like minds. That's great. That's great. But I want to also find out what the left are saying.
So you think Ben Shapiro only talks to people that's like-minded with him?
Oh, see, we get off subject here. Maybe that's a whole nother show. But no, I like to get the diversified because I like to see what they're doing. If they're saying crap, I want to be able to sling it back.
They say what you take in is what you put out, right?
You act like the only thing I watch is The View.
Hey, that's like when I first met you. It's one of the few things that how's it going, Kelly?
Hey, Kelly, watch this. Just because I have a crush on Sonny Hosted, and I wish he would come over to the right.
Never gonna happen.
Sonny,
take your lickings and
save
move on.
yourself now, and then be my wife. Okay. No, just joking. I can't say that.
Take your lickings and walk off, man. You're good. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We talked about our gubernatorial debate. We talked about the tolls that they're shoving down our throat, despite the fact that there hasn't even gone to a vote of the people. Check it out yourself. Go out to Oregon City, just where the 205 bridge is at. You'll see all the work going on. That's The word is that is for the toll pieces going in there. We talked about Kyle Rittenhouse.
And of course, Kyle, on that.
Local stuff.
Yeah, when you've been done wrong, go ahead and fight legally and get your...
Exactly. Take them to court. Don't just get walked on. Fight for your rights. Make sure you fight for your right to party, most of all. So, thanks you guys so much for joining us. We are going to go and end the show here. And don't forget to join us at 8 o'clock for the brand new show, Ranger Games. It is a veteran show. Basically, we have some great guests on tonight with him, and then we have our 3 hosts. So,
awesome.
We'll see you guys here at 8 o'clock. Thanks.